The VCC Bangladesh Qualifier was probably the most intense region that we have seen so far in this tournament. Exceely Esports won the qualifier and they've booked themselves a spot in the playoffs alongside Enigma Gaming and Team Exploit. Exceely Esports have been having turbulent times, especially regarding roster changes. But somehow ahead of the VCC, they stabilized and got the dub. They sailed through their first few matches of the tournament with no difficulty and utterly annihilated their quarterfinal opponents AE RAVENOUS 13-0 on ICEBOX and 13-5 on Haven. SE Necrosis put up a much better fight against them in the semifinals, 13-7 on Haven and 13-8 on Bind, so Exceely Esports didn't face all that much resistance. However, the other finalists team, Missile and Friends, had to go through the ringer to move ahead. All their best of threes went the distance. They defeated Aurelius Esports 2-1 in the quarterfinals, and in the semifinals, Team Gotcranked gave them a run for their money. Gotcranked won the first game 13-5 on Bind, so Missile and Friends had to pull off a reverse sweep to win. They scraped through the second map Fracture with a score of 14-12, and finally breathed a sigh of relief as they won 13-5 on Haven. Battered, bruised, but not broken, Missile and Friends reached the finals to stand off against Exceely Esports. Exceely banned Breeze, choosing Haven and Bind, while Missile and Friends banned Split, choosing ASCENT and ICEBOX. Fracture was left in as a decider. Exceely Esports started on the defensive side of Haven. They shut down their opponents in all sorts of gruesome ways, often not even letting them plant the spike. The flash and dash combination from Fancy9's Breach and Sammy's Jet was incredible, getting them plenty of picks. By getting away with such cold-blooded murders, they secured the team a nice 9-3 lead. But you know what they say about 9-3. Exceely Esports even won the second pistol and the subsequent anti-eco, bringing the score to 11-3. And just when Exceely Esports thought they broke the curse, Missile and Friends mounted a comeback. They won the bye rounds and then kept the economic snowball rolling, winning 7 rounds in a row and bringing the score back to 11-10. Exceely held on to the site with an iron grip in the last round, negating their opponent's ultimates to deny the retake and won the first map. ASCENT was a free-for-all brawl fest. The first half was dead even, 6-6, both the teams going toe-to-toe. In the second half, however, Missile and Friends lost a crucial buy round, because of which Exceely zoomed ahead.
Already a bunch of damage taken by Missile and Friends, and the collapse just set up in perfection with that. Snakes and Sami combining for that triple.
They didn't let it go too far, won 4 rounds in a row to reach map point first, only to be sent into overtime. All hell broke loose as the teams devolved into nothing but trading in overtimes, and eventually Exceely won ASCENT 14-12. Things seemed bleak for Missile and his friends as they headed into Bind. Exceely even put up an 8-4 lead in the first half. But then in the second half, Missile and Friends lived up to their names. They locked on like homing missiles and they blew apart the opposition on the attacking side with Blitzkrieg executes. Missile and Friends even won Bind 13-10 to keep the hope alive, because the next map was ICEBOX and this was Missile's pick. ICEBOX went down to the wire with Exceely winning 13-11.
Oh, okay. There we go. Exceely lined them up like that. That's good. That's what I like to see. And there you go. Finally, Exceely able to close it out.
Missile and Friends put up a valiant fight, but Exceely did not succumb to the pressure. There were several things that went wrong, such as picking up individual duels and not getting the timing right on pushes. Which is also why it took Exceely this long to close the game, but they got their wits together and dispatched their opponents in the end, thus booking themselves a slot in the VCC playoffs. Will they be able to fix their mistakes before the playoffs? Stay tuned to find out.